Growing your audience online and becoming a full-time content creator can feel really daunting, totally unattainable even. But this new report on the creator economy proves that becoming a full-time creator is more possible now than ever before. In fact, almost half of creators surveyed for the report were full-time creators. Plus, from just taking a look at a few interesting stats from this report, I think that we can learn a lot about what it really takes to become a full-time creator in 2022. And by analyzing what's working for top professional creators right now, we can learn what would be most effective for you if you are starting your creator journey from scratch. In this video, I'm going to share what I think are the most interesting insights from the State of the Creator Economy report by creator marketing platform ConvertKit. And based on what the most successful creators in the business are doing right now, I'm going to share what I would do if I woke up one day and all of my social platforms had gone down to 0. So this is what I would do if I was starting totally from scratch and trying to build my creator business. And of course, thanks to ConvertKit for sponsoring this video. The first step on the journey to becoming a full-time creator is choosing an enjoyable and profitable niche and deciding what kind of creator you want to be. Having a clear vision of your purpose or your why is what is going to give you the motivation to keep on going through this admittedly kind of long journey. So let's take a look at what the State of the Creator Economy report has to show us. According to the report, educators, coaches, and bloggers were the most common type of full-time creator. And the top niches for full-time creators were entrepreneurship, personal development, and marketing. So when you're getting started as a creator, if one of your main goals is to build a profitable business, then going down one of these avenues might make the most sense. I can totally see why being an educator or a coach is going to be one of the best avenues to take a creator from hobbyist or part-time to full-time business, because these are the kinds of creators, like myself included, that have some kind of expertise or knowledge that they can sell. So if you're able to sell digital products or a course or something similar, that's obviously going to be an effective avenue at monetizing your audience. Additionally, we can see why entrepreneurship, personal development, and marketing would be profitable niches because they're sort of in the business to business kind of world. People invest in growing their business or improving their marketing skills all the time. That being said, you don't have to be in entrepreneurship or marketing or be an educator or coach in order to turn your creator business into a sustainable income for yourself. In fact, I think what's most important when you are setting out and determining your niche and the type of creator you want to be is that you make sure that not only is it going to be profitable, but it's also going to be enjoyable for you. Because if you don't find it fun, if you're not passionate about it, it's going to be really hard to sustain that in the long term. The way I like to think about it is when you are kind of devising what your creator business is going to look like, you want to make sure that you're hitting on the intersection of these 3 areas. What you love, what there's market demand for, and what you can reasonably execute on. So what do you enjoy? What do people want? And what is realistic? If you only lean into one of these circles, then you're either going to end up burnt out or not making any money. So it's important that you hit on this balance to not only have a profitable creator business, but also one that you enjoy and therefore is sustainable. Okay, so once you've figured out what your niche is going to be, you need to make sure that you pick the right platforms. According to the State of the Creator Economy report, Instagram is the #1 choice for new creators right now. And you're lucky because I've got all kinds of resources on it. To me, it totally makes sense why new creators are flocking to Instagram, and that's because you can create a huge variety of content on there, whether it's photo, video, graphics, text captions, stories, in-feed content. It's all sorts of different formats all in one place. And it's also quite accessible compared to, say, YouTube or podcasting or even blogging, where there's some more technical and soft skills involved that can be a little bit harder to learn, whereas everybody's kind of familiar with Instagram. So it makes sense as the perfect starting point. That being said, the report also found that professional creators are on average using 4.4 different social platforms. And that makes sense as well, because different types of social platforms provide different benefits. You can't just build a business on Instagram. You're going to need to do some other content too. My personal strategy and recommendation, and what I would do if I was starting from scratch, is to start out by choosing 2 platforms. One evergreen SEO-based platform and one more timely platform. So, for example, doing a YouTube channel and an Instagram would be a great combination, because YouTube really taps into the power of SEO. People can find you by searching for the kinds of problems that you offer solutions to. And then Instagram is a really great place to be able to stay top of mind with your audience, connect with them on a more personal level and on a daily basis. Another great combination would be starting a podcast and having a Twitter account, or starting a blog and a Facebook page. I think this really is a winning combination because you don't get too overwhelmed with doing all of the platforms at once, but it allows you to get the benefits out of the 2 main types of social media. So you get that evergreen SEO-based discoverability using something like YouTube, podcast, or blogging, but then you also get that really timely daily connection with your audience through something like Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, or TikTok. Most importantly though, you need to consider where your ideal audience actually likes to spend time online. Just because you enjoy a certain social platform doesn't mean that's where your people are going to be. So really consider where your ideal audience is going to be spending time. You're going to base that on their demographics, the niche that you're going into, the interests of the kind of people you want to reach. And if they're spending time on Instagram, then go ahead and start posting on Instagram. But if they spend most of their time on Twitter, then that's probably where you should be. So make sure you consider that as well. In addition to choosing the right social platforms for your goals and your audience, the power of email marketing really cannot be underestimated, and the stats back this up. But don't feel left behind, because according to the State of the Creator Economy report, more than half of creators have less than 1,000 email subscribers, because I think in general, a lot of us tend to neglect it as a marketing avenue because it doesn't have that fancy dopamine hit that you get from getting likes on social media or sharing a new video. But it is very effective. And actually, according to the report, setting up an email newsletter is the most common thing that creators are planning to do in 2022. So I think people are starting to finally get on this bandwagon. So definitely consider incorporating email marketing into your strategy, as well as those 2 social platforms that I mentioned. Okay, so you've got your niche, you know the kind of creator that you want to be, and you've chosen your 2 platforms, and you started that email list. The third thing that I would do if I was starting from scratch is start to build out my income streams. According to the report by ConvertKit, the average number of income streams for a full-time creator is 2.7. So obviously you can tell if you want to go from hobbyist to part-time to full-time creator, you're gonna need more than one way to make money. The top 5 income streams for creators who made over $150,000 in 2021 were selling digital products, offering services, doing affiliate marketing, offering memberships, and doing advertising. So these are just a few options of ways that you can start building out income streams for yourself. I would recommend, as you're starting your creator business from scratch, to pick one income stream and really nail that down and do it right, and then start adding over time. And also, don't feel pressured to offer a certain kind of, paid offering just because it's popular in your niche. Really try to pick something based on what you think would work well for your audience and also what you would enjoy doing. For example, if you see that everybody in your industry is offering masterminds right now, but you just get a huge amount of social anxiety thinking about hosting a mastermind, that's okay. You don't have to do that. You could offer an asynchronous course or digital products like templates or something. There's so many options out there. So again, I would recommend kind of my method of choosing a niche, of figuring out what there is market demand for, what you like to do, and what you actually have time for, and using that to guide your decision making around income streams as well. Once you've chosen a niche, pick the platforms, and figured out what your income streams are going to look like, the final step in my process for becoming a full-time creator is being patient and persistent. According to the State of the Creator Economy report, 67% of full-time creators started more than 3 years ago. So obviously you can tell that becoming a full-time creator is not an overnight endeavor. This takes time. And I know that can feel frustrating because with social media being the way it is, a lot of us are trained to look for that instant gratification. But if you want to build up a sustainable creator business, it really does just take a lot of time. And I think if you know that at the beginning of your journey, it makes it easier because you don't feel this constant stress of like, why haven't I made it by now? It's okay. It takes everybody that long. It's also really important to prioritize your mental health through this process. 61% of creators have faced burnout, myself included, and it really is the ultimate enemy of creating a sustainable creator business. So you really need to watch out for that and make sure that you spend time on yourself and feeling creatively fulfilled and not just trying to like feed the algorithm. According to the report, some of the main reasons that creators face burnout include the pressure to post content everywhere, the emotional labor of being a personal brand and needing to show up authentically. I feel like that's something that a lot of people don't talk about, but is so true. Content fatigue, comparison culture, and the other big fact that often full-time creators are working more than 40 hours a week. So as you're on this part of your journey, once you've kind of got your business model and your plan set up, just remember that things take time. It's important to take time for yourself and don't get too caught up in comparing yourself to others or setting yourself really specific, lofty goals, and instead just focus on being consistent and persistent. If you want to learn more about the experiences of creators, both full-time and part-time and hobbyists, then you would be super interested to check out the State of the Creator Economy report that was put together by ConvertKit. You can read the main takeaways and access the full report at the link in the description. So go ahead and check that out because I think that as creators, we have a lot to learn from one another and you might just be surprised by some of the stats that you find. As always, thank you so much for watching. I hope that you're having adventures and following your dreams, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.